So I'm back in one of my favourite VR games ever, No Man's Sky, because it's got yet another update, another free update called Voyagers, and I've been playing this actually over the past couple of days, and I thought I'd just make a quick video. Wasn't planning on making a video, but I thought why not, because I'm enjoying this update so much. In my opinion, this is one of the best updates that they've done for quite a while actually. Now, I'm recording this at 120 FPS, reprojected in the headset to 60 FPS, just so I can get some decent footage out of it. But usually I'm playing this at 72 FPS on my Quest 3 on ultra graphical settings, not godlike, because I like to ramp up some of the post-processing in-game, but it's ultra settings in virtual desktop. And in this update, one of the things that I absolutely love is this. So you can now build your own big ships. These are called corvettes, and anybody interested, I'm sure you've already seen videos about this. I'm a little bit late to the party on this, but this is just a quick one that I built today. It's not the best one or anything like that. In fact, it's pretty bare bones. There's not a lot to it, but you can do a lot more. People have been making Elite Dangerous. I've seen people make sort of equivalents to Anacondas, Sidewinders and things like that, and they look pretty convincing with all the extra parts that you can get for these ships. But the good thing is it's got ship interiors, so you can kit these out like a mobile base, and it's really fantastic. This is sort of, I never realised I wanted this so much in No Man's Sky, but this is like a really good update to this game, one of the best updates I think anyway. There's a few other things which I'll get into, but just wandering around a ship that you can build yourself, and it's like a proper, you know, an Elite Dangerous ship that actually has ship interiors that you can walk around. And I can go up to my seat, sit down, take off if I wanted to, and I'll do that in a second, but I can stand up and wander around, and you can do this anywhere. So I'm just on this paradise planet that I found actually. This is quite a demanding planet to run. I've been trying to find some demanding planets because I've been playing this on my original PS5 as well with the PSVR 2. I've been experimenting a lot actually with this game over the past few days. So I've been playing on my original PS5, PSVR 2. I've also been using the PSVR 2 on PC, and now I'm currently in the Quest 3. Now, having tried all of these different things, the Quest 3 on PC is still my go-to. I've been using the PSVR 2 a lot on my PC lately, so I was thinking maybe I'll give that a proper go, and maybe that will be the way, but I just can't get it to run at a smooth 90 FPS, or the CPU spikes still exist. Now, this update does have, look at the view here. I mean, this is like ultra sci-fi. This is sci-fi beyond belief. Few ships, just NPCs flying overhead there. It's all normal. But yeah, this is, so all this experimenting with, you know, different headsets, different consoles, even in PCs, it's led me to the fact that the Quest 3 on my PC is the best way to play this. It's pretty good at 72 FPS. There are still a few CPU spikes, and this update has added multi-threaded support for CPUs as well. So it's supposed to work a little bit better with multi-threaded CPU. It's supposed to be using more of those threads to make it a little bit less stuttery in places. And while I don't think it's had a massive improvement, I do think it's had a slight improvement at least in that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is a very demanding planet, running really smoothly on my system. Even on 72 FPS, it runs at a pretty smooth, you know, 72 FPS as well, and it looks great. There is that little blackout, like when you get within, so as you get off the ship, it turns black, and then just as you get in, there's a little, it sort of clips into the ship as well, a little bit like, it's just a black screen slightly, but let's take off anyway. So yeah, I don't know, the CPU multi-threading thing, I read that in the patch notes and I was quite excited about it, but I don't think it's had a massive impact. And I think somebody did post a video on Reddit just showing the difference, and there's probably maybe like a few milliseconds difference in the CPU frame timings and stuff, but I don't think it made a massive difference. But running this at 72 FPS on my PC, a 5080, I've got my full PC specs in the description as always, and ramping up post-processing and some of these other settings. Let me go into my settings actually while I'm here. There are some bugs actually in the so there's always bugs in No Man's Sky, but there's some bugs when you're in the ship, and this is not working correctly. I can't get this to align quite right. So these are my settings anyway. So I've been experimenting quite a bit. These are what I've settled on. Anything that uses the CPU, so animation quality, reflections, planet quality, base complexity, I've turned those down to enhanced, just to save a little bit of CPU performance. Then I'm running on DLSS quality. You can see, all of these other settings. It's just what I've settled on, and this seems to be the best result for me. But one of the cool things you can do with this update as well, and I won't go too high. Let's just go just into the clouds, and then we'll stop there. Because one of the cool things which I've always wanted to do, and people do this with, it always sends my ship into a spin as well when I get out of my seat. But anyway, that's fine. So people build these really tall buildings in No Man's Sky so they can do this. Glitchy game. It is a glitchy game. But yeah, so I'm here on the rear exit of this ship now, just floating above the planet, and you can just do a quick jump off and then do a bit of skydiving. And there's some ships, as I fall down, there's some ships there as well. First time I did this, I was above water, so I could, there's a building over there as well. So I could just land in the water. But look at this, unbelievable. I think that's my ship up there, just behind the clouds. And I'll use the boost just so I don't die completely. But look at the view. I mean, this is really, really good, this update. Some of the stuff you can do. Okay, so the ship's stuck up there now. I'm here, so let's... So some of the bugs, when you're on the ship, this doesn't work. Like the menu system doesn't seem to work all the time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So, whenever there's a new update, there will always be problems, and they will have to resolve these as well. But let's get my ship back down here, and then we'll go up into space. There's so many different parts you can get for these ships. This is really basic what I've built here. It's just with the standard parts. So there's a few stutters you saw there, a few stutters now and again. As always with No Man's Sky, you can't get away from it. I actually will say that when I was playing earlier, I had very few, and I was quite impressed with how it was performing earlier today. Not enough fuel in launch. I've not had that for so long. Right, let's get some fuel sorted. Okay, let's head up into space anyway. So even flying around here, there's not quite as many stutters. Just flying around the planet's surface, it's working really, really well actually. And like I say, I am running at 60 FPS. It's reprojected to those 120. But on the Quest 3, you don't notice as much. Let's head out into space anyway. Really nice smooth transition generally as well now. They're definitely making a lot of improvements with this all the time. Oh, here's another bug. So my reticle doesn't align with where my weapons shoot. Now that is obviously probably something to where I've chosen to place the weapons on my ship. I don't know. Maybe that's... I don't know. There's a lot of things that need sorting out with this. But let's just leave that there. We'll slow the ship down. And hopefully sometimes... so it didn't send it into a spin there. But now we can wander around my ship and Look at this. I've put some windows in. We're just floating around in space. This is what people really want from Elite Dangerous, just having these ship interiors so you can wander around. But the developers are not really doing anything with that at the moment, as far as we know. But yeah, all of these things just really add to the immersion of this game. And that's what everybody wants in VR. So you've got these things as well. So you've got storage containers. Again, see, there's just some bugs that still not quite right. I can't even... Yeah, see, these are all things that I will guarantee will be resolved within the next, couple of weeks or so. But I can't even go into my storage container. So I've stored stuff there. Yeah, if I landed back on the planet, it would probably work. So there's things that happen when you're in space that you can't seem to resolve. See, the menu system is not working either now. This is the thing. So yeah, there's a lot of bugs, a lot of things still to be worked out. But overall, we know No Man's Sky has been out for nearly a decade. We know that this happens every single update that you get. You get some good things and then they take some steps back and there's some bugs. Now it's working. Or is it? So this is it. So the pointer is not aligned with my finger anymore. So that's the problem. Yeah, so anyway, just a quick update anyway on this game. I am really loving this. This is my favourite update, I think, since they introduced VR, just because it allows you to... Well, first of all, I think performance is slightly better anyway. Not a night and day difference, but I think it's slightly better. But the fact is that you've got these ships that you can now walk around in and do all of this different stuff. Well, I say do all of this different stuff. What actually can I do? I don't really know. It's like mission radar, so you can... I've not even messed around with this yet, so I've got to look into this, but it's glitching out on me at the moment. So yeah, it's a weird one because I would be crucifying in any other game for all of these little bugs that are happening as I wander around here. But No Man's Sky, I've got enough faith that I know these are all going to be resolved in the next couple of weeks. And the fact is they're adding in various things which I think are great in this game. So yeah, it's one of the updates that's got me most excited for this game, and I hope they keep adding to it. The final thing I'll say is that Sean Murray did tweet out, he always tweets out like an emoji over the few days before the release of a new update. This time it was a wave, like a hand waving, as if many people were speculating this is the last update and maybe they're resigning No Man's Sky as they work on Light No Fire, their next game. But yeah, I'm not sure on that, and I don't know, maybe people have actually come to the conclusion that wasn't what it was signifying. I hope not, but at the same time, even if this is the last update, as long as they resolve all these bugs, I'm sort of satisfied with No Man's Sky. Now, I just wish they'd keep working on it for the optimization side of things. But yeah, having a great time in No Man's Sky now, and yeah, give it a try if you've not given it a try before. What I would really like, I'll keep rambling on here, but my final point, I guess, is amalgamation, like a meshing, some kind of game that can give you some kind of a mesh between Elite Dangerous, the realism of Elite Dangerous, but with the scope and everything that No Man's Sky are bringing to space games. This is not a simulation. This is very much like a survival game, grindy, resource gathering and that kind of stuff, like Elite Dangerous in that respect. But Elite Dangerous does have the realism, which I really like as well. So if there was a game that would do both things, maybe Star Citizen is the one, I don't know. But I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.